We often think we are alone in this world, that there are no supernatural beings present on Earth. Well, our stories today are here to tell you otherwise. Unravel the mysteries of these dark tales and start to ask yourself, are we really alone? This is Whispers in the Dark. Top 5 Scary Ghost Stories. Number 1, The Turn of the Screw by Henry James. Once upon a moonlit night, there stood a desolate Victorian manor. Now, its crumbling walls whispered of forgotten secrets, and its empty halls echoed with a haunting melody of despair. It is a story of a house, a place of shadows where the veil between the living and the dead grew thin. In a remote Victorian hall, 2 children, 1 boy and 1 girl, were living with a governess. She cared for 2 orphan children, who she believes can see malicious ghosts haunting the house. As she unties the house's dark secrets, the line between reality and illusion blurs, and suddenly they're driving her to the edge of madness. Shadows whispered secrets and prey on innocence. And let me tell you, the truth behind this story is far from unraveled. It remains waiting to be discovered, for the haunting presence still exists. You can almost feel it, can't you? Also, we never know what dark secrets lie in wait. This unresolved story invites contemplation of the haunting parallels to real-world terrors that lurk within our own homes. Number 2, The Ghost Who Came to Play. Now, listen to another supernatural ability of our 4-legged companions that can sense, but we cannot. In a distant age, a widow named Marlene, struggling with the loss of her beloved husband, Jack. Well, her loyal golden retriever, Elmer, proved to be Marlene's unwavering source of comfort. Night after night, Elmer faithfully occupied Jack's side of the bed, providing comfort to Marlene with his gentle presence. So-called diversion. But on one fateful night, Elmer broke his routine, leaving Marlene feeling a sense of unease. He left her in search of him, and that is the time for her to sense something. Back to the story. She went down to the stairs and saw what? Elmer's joyful dance? Yes, Jack had returned from the beyond. However, this was no mere coincidence. She believed that Jack's spirit had visited her for regeneration of the love and companionship they once shared. Whether it was the psychic connection or Elmer's extraordinary intuition, at that point, something supernatural had occurred that left Marlene with a bittersweet sense of comfort, a U-turn for heading back to life. Number 3, The Girl in the Bathroom. Another scary story is lined up. In the depths of Japanese schools, there lies a horrifying secret. Have you heard about the girl's bathroom on the 3rd floor? Dare to knock thrice and call her name, summoning Hanako-san. With her red skirt and ghostly visage, she craves companionship or seeks to drag souls to their damnation through the wretched toilet. How disgusting. But Hanako-san is not alone in her malevolence. Kashima Reiko, a spectral figure severed by a merciless train, haunts the very stalls. She demands answers about her legs and, unsatisfied, unleashes a horrifying fate, ripping limbs asunder. You know, these ghoulish tales have plagued minds for ages, their chilling echoes deep through the corridors of Japanese folklore. So, enter these haunted realms at your own risk. For the spirits that dwell within hunger for more than mere encounters, they yearn for eternal torment. Number 4. The Amytiville Haunting. Among the scariest tales, the story of Amytiville also included in the list. It all began with a horrible act on that fateful November night in 1974, when Ronald J. DeFeo Jr. taking the lives of his entire family. Little did they know that his sinister act was just the beginning. So the story begins here. After 1 year of this incident, the Lutz family stepped foot into the house stained with the darkness of the past. The true nightmare originated. Doors, once sturdy and secure, flew off their hinges with an otherworldly force. Unexplainable slime oozed from the walls, staining the home's once innocent facade. And amidst the chaos, the Lutz family claimed to have encountered vengeful spirits that haunted their every waking moment. George Lutz, distressed by the relentless presence within the house, experienced a chilling ritual. Each night, he would awaken in dread, the clock striking at 3:15 a.m. The very hour the DeFeo murders had taken place, their lives entwined with the house's dark history. The Lutz family became unwilling participants in a terrifying dance with the supernatural. But one thing remains: what sinister forces truly resided within those walls? Number 5. The Walking Dead. Last but not least, there is a story of a psychiatric nurse. She found herself stationed at a residential mental health facility where the line between reality and the unknown became blurred. Among the residents, a man who once possessed the power of speech, but now remained shrouded in silence. In short, he carried an air of mystery. The enigmatic figure had vanished years ago and later as missing and presumed dead. However, fate had a twisted surprise in store for us. A decade later, a figure of the same massive stature entered a VA hospital emergency room, declaring himself to be Marion Duchenne. Moreover, the utterance of those words marked the end of his communication. His identity was confirmed through fingerprints by the doctors, but his family denied his existence. A strange thing happens. On her final day, she observed Marion pacing in the parking, while his head thrown back in eerie mirth. And even now, after all these years, the truth remains elusive, and the mystery of Marion Duchenne continues to haunt people's thought. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of the video. And remember the question I asked you earlier? Well, we are not alone. This is Whispers in the Dark.